Hi there, Todd Watley, certified law attorney with Generations Legal Group. We're up to question number 15. Number 15 is, will my trust work across state lines? Okay, that's a tricky question, and there's not a good answer to it. I mean, I can answer it, but it's not as simple as you would think. The short answer is yes. Okay, thankfully, the U.S. Constitution says any document that was created in one state shall be recognized by the other states. Okay, the U.S. Constitution is to keep all of these separate 50 governments together and help them to recognize each other's laws. So technically, yes, the deed will be recognized. But the problem is, estate planning is a very state specific issue. Okay. Each state has different estate planning rules. And there was an attempt back in 2005, 2006 to do what was known as a uniform trust code, which was kind of laughable because you can't get three attorneys in a room to agree on trust and different things like that, much less get 50 state legislatures to pass one single trust code. It was an attempt to get one trust code across the entire US. It didn't work. States are closer now. A lot of states implemented that rule as it was. And I would think most states updated their rules to get closer to the uniform trust code, but it's still specific rules in each state regarding estate planning. So, therefore, if you move to another state with a trust, there's a good chance that the state you left either allowed you to do things under the trust code that the new state won't, or vice versa. There's things that you can't do with your trust in your state, but you can do in the other state. And you might want to do those things. And so we see a lot of people here, particularly in Northwest Arkansas, that move here from other states. And very common question in my Coffee with the Pros every month is, okay, I just moved here from X state. Do I need to redo my trust? And the answer is yes. You need to have it looked at and reviewed, and chances are it probably does need to be updated. You want to at least update what is called the situs, situs. That's where it is recognized as. You definitely want to change the situs to the state that you are now living in. If you do nothing else, just say, okay, this is going to now be recognized as an Arkansas trust. You can just amend the trust to say this is now an Arkansas trust. Now, there may be provisions in there that's not allowed under Arkansas law, or there may be things that are missing that you could do under Arkansas law that your trust doesn't do. But that's up to the attorney who looks at it and can make those changes. And sometimes what you want done really is not that much different than the state you move from, and therefore there may not be a whole lot of things need to be changed. Okay, but sometimes it's major difference, and by the time you're here, situations have changed, and what you said in your trust 5, 10, 15 years ago is now different. And so it's probably a good idea just to completely update your trust to the state that you're living in. And you can do this thing called an amendment and restatement. It's basically a brand new trust. You create an absolutely brand new trust, but keep the name of the trust. Okay. You can keep it so that you don't have to retitle all of your investments. And if you did buy a house in Arkansas in your trust, you don't have to go change that. Everything stays the same. I always equate it to like when you buy a new car, you take the license plate, the title from one car and just put it on another. So you still have the same license plate, but a completely different car. Same thing with the trust. You can completely amend and restate the trust that is underneath the name and it be an Arkansas trust and, enjoy all of the Arkansas rules and things. And just know that when you pass away in the state, everything's going to be handled under Arkansas law with an Arkansas trust, which not doing that will be difficult to say. If you moved here from Oregon and you had an Oregon trust trying to do it in Arkansas, it could be a mess. Okay, so I always recommend yes, your trust will work. The short answer is yes, it will work, but it may cause problems. My recommendation is to always update your trust to the state that you are living in. Okay. Hopefully that answered your questions. If not, give us a call, 479-601-4119, and go to our website, generationslegalgroup.com. And there's a lot of good information there, and you can schedule an appointment. Okay? See you next time.